Right, so I just completed my SENR practitioner registration application. Probably should have done that a while ago. But anyways, finally got around to it. And I thought I would give some top tips if I was going to do it again, or for those of you who are on the SENR graduate register who will have to do it, or those of you like me who've just been putting it on the long finger for years and years. Just a couple. Obviously, there is the SENR portfolio day which is you have to complete. But here's a couple of top tips from my just recent experience. So if you didn't do an SENR accredited master's program, or you aren't already on the graduate register, having submitted your qualifications, then you will have to put in a registration information about your undergrad and postgrad. So what I'd suggest now, this is kind of like long term, as if you're going to maybe apply next year or something like that. Just be taking away these small things. Pull out your degree certs, the paper that they gave you the day you graduated, scan them and save them on your computer in a folder. Contact your university. So you're looking for your university transcripts, and that would be like each module that you did and the grade that you got across the 4 years of your undergrad and the year of your master's. So you contact the school administration, or sometimes there's online portals depending on where you studied, and you request your undergrad and postgrad university transcripts. Now, if they weren't an SENR accredited course, when I studied, the SENR wasn't even in existence, so obviously they were not SENR accredited. You will also want to contact your course coordinator and request the module handbook, so the program handbook that would outline all of the learning outcomes that you achieved in each of the modules and maybe information around your assignments. So when you are using the competency mapping document, you can align the learning outcomes that, if you've passed a module, that shows that you've achieved these learning outcomes. So that's evidence to align to the different parts of the competency mapping. So that is what I did. The That could take some time for those to come back. So that's why I'm saying, do this early. Now, hopefully, lots of you, maybe if you're on the graduate register already, or you've come out of an accredited master's program, you don't have to do that assessment qualification checking. So that's great. But you do need to submit other qualifications to get on the practitioner register. One of them is UK Anti-Doping Clean Sport modules 1 to 6. It's free, but it takes time. So put aside a few evenings over a few weeks to get that done. And you also need your food safety level 2, which has to be completed within the last 5 years. So I had to re-accredit with food safety, although I have loads of modules from university and food safety courses done over the years. I didn't have a recent certificate. So I went to this place, www.elearn.ie. I have no affiliation with them, but it was €45. And one of the things I found useful, if like me, the food safety, you just need the cert, you could kind of move through the course fairly quickly. You didn't have to watch every single video or anything like that. And do the assessment, and yeah. Then if you want to add additional certifications to your CPD, this is a good one, sportireland.ie anti-doping e-learning. If you're trying to strengthen that application and show that you have completed CPD, and specific, there's a part of the mapping competencies where you have to show, compliance with local NGB guidance and also anti-doping. And then scan and save any other appropriate certifications that you have. So like for me as a registered dietitian, my core registration, my ISAC qualifications, etc. Then you have to put in a CPD log and a future plan for CPD. So I would say put a reminder in your diary to update your CPD log every quarter. So you just take a few hours to go back. Okay, what webinars did I do? What conferences was I at? What personal reflections did I take from work, etc. This is how I keep mine, which in hindsight, now that I have done the practitioner registration, I will change slightly. Oops. So I will add some more detail. So I just previously had the date, the year, the course or event, who awarded, how long it took, and what the content was. But like you can see here, annual dietetic study date. I actually have no idea what that was about or what talks were at it. ISEN conference, I have no clue what I went to. Um, this CPD, Strength and Conditioning Multidisciplinary Day, again, did I present? Did I not present? Was there a nutrition topic? So what did the webinar discuss? What were the individual talks that you attended at the conference? In hindsight, would have been very useful. Take a little bit of time to do your CPD reflection and your professional reflection. I actually found these really enjoyable because I'm a big geek, but they were quite easy to write. I had some references in my both probably, but it's mainly reflective practice rather than academic writing. So enjoyable, but time consuming. There was still probably I had 2 full pages on my professional reflection, if not a little bit more. And then once you've all those done, so what I would say is spread it out over a longer period of time and be ticking away each one so that when it comes to, okay, now I have to do my SENR, then you just have to get your professional references. So I find that quite easy. You just contact people that you've worked with who can give you a reference, but you could be thinking away about who you've worked with that could give you the reference. And then the case study, which was a fairly big piece of work, to be honest. But at the same time, not massive. And use your competency mapping document to guide your writing. And then you just have to do the competency mapping piece at the end where you tie all your evidence to your competencies. So yeah, I suppose that's just my advice if you were going to think about submitting for SENR practitioner registration in the next year, would be rather than leaving it all and going, oh, I'll do that, I'll get to that, I'll get that. Just break it up and do a couple of small bits. The anti-doping is actually, I found, very time consuming and one of the biggest, least enjoyable parts of getting my application finished, which stressed me out in the end. So hopefully that's useful.